Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of 18 Minutes with 180 Markets. And well, friends and longtime listeners, you know, here at 180 Markets, we focus on those big secular bull market trends. And one of those trends, for sure, notwithstanding a little bit of volatility, is gold. And we are going to talk about gold today and another commodity with some upside that you'll have to stay tuned to hear the whole thing. And I am talking now, today, with NewPeak Metals and its CEO and Managing Director, Mark Purcell, because Mark and NewPeak is a company that is focused on gold and also has exposure to energy as well. And importantly, there are upcoming catalysts in the near future that could help re-rate the company. And with the introduction, Mark, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Greg. Looking forward to sharing the story.
Great. Hey, Mark, let's move a little bit towards South America and specifically Argentina. Tell us about your gold projects in Argentina.
At the moment, we're focused on our northern project in the San Juan province, which I like to think of as the Western Australia of Argentina. The Las Opeñas project, it's called, is an enormous breccia system mapped at surface, 600 by 800 metres at surface to be precise. And there's been some shallow drilling done in 2014, which yielded some very, very interesting intercepts, but it hasn't been followed up since. So we're excited about that, and we're looking forward to drilling it either this quarter or next. Right. So looking at the drill intercepts that were previously encountered at Las Opeñas, was actually drilled by Genesis Minerals before they went and did what they did in WA and created that massive value. But some of the intercepts, 115 metres at 0.58 grams per tonne gold, 0.24% lead, 0.65% zinc, and 3.5 grams per tonne silver. They really indicate that this could be a very large gold-dominant polymetallic breccia system.
Right, and can I just ask, that the most recent drilling was all the way back in 2014. Is the reason that nothing was ever followed up is because, frankly, the gold price today is a lot different than then?
There's a few reasons, Greg. NewPeak were previously called Dark Horse Resources, and we did do a drill program around 2019, 2020, but not on the breccia system. We looked at some outcropping quartz veins to the northeast of the breccia system. Look, they definitely had mineralisation in them, but it was difficult to get scale. And at that point, this was pre-COVID. Argentina certainly wasn't the jurisdiction it is right now. And the gold price wasn't where it is either. So looking at those sorts of intercepts now that remain untested at significant depth, now we're very excited about testing them.
Right. And as far as the timeline, here we are filming in very early February 2026. Can you give us maybe the timeline over the next 6 months for this?
For Las Opeñas, sure. So
Yes.
We're working our way through the approvals process now. Once that's completed, we will try and get drilling as soon as we can, which we're hoping will be either late this quarter or next quarter.
Okay, so imminent drilling.
Correct.
Right. And for people that are not as familiar with Argentina, are there any weather issues this time of year that would bring us to kind of the March-April timeframe?
No, we're very lucky in San Juan. We're in the foothills of the Andes there, but apparently we can drill all year round. It's very rare for it to snow there. So whilst it would be cold, it doesn't prohibit us from drilling.
Right. Well, you may have to bring your jacket. What can I say to you, Mark?
Definitely.
Now, I alluded to earlier on, you also have some exposure to energy prices. Can you just talk to us about that?
Absolutely. So we actually hold 4.4 million shares, which is a very meaningful stake in an ASX-listed oil and gas explorer called Lakes Blue Energy. Now, their most recent activity is drilling the fifth well in the Wombat gas field, which is located in the Gippsland Basin down in Victoria. So they're currently production testing that now. And for us, we love the prospectivity and we love the idea of that company being able to supply gas into a very hungry East Coast gas market.
Right. And now in Australia, you mentioned East Coast, but now let's move up towards the north and back to gold. Talk to us about your gold project here.
Sure. So last year we acquired a smaller gold project called Tansey, which effectively is an old underground gold mine that was abandoned in the 1940s. So we acquired that last year, and we're actually drilling it as we speak. So we're about halfway through a 1,200-meter drill program there, all diamond drill, and very excited about the prospectivity there also.
Right. And can you just talk to us a little bit more about the theory behind using the diamond drill as opposed to other methodologies?
Sure. So being it was a rather high, from the literature, it was a rather high grade, sort of 12 grams per ton region gold mine. However, it was dug to a depth of 80 meters as well, which suggests the potential for extension down dip and along strike. But for us, we're really looking for a large scale opportunity. And to do that, we really need to see the core from the diamond drilling to understand where we should target holes next to try and locate some sort of geologic trap structure, which might have a large chunk of mineralization.
Right. Oh, exciting times. And again, the timeline, you're out there right now. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're about a bit over halfway through.
Right. So we could expect then by the time you get done with the drilling, the lab results, we could be, late March / early April with the results.
Yeah, we're expecting about 6 to 8 weeks after submission to get those results. So that sounds about right. Yeah.
Right. And Mark, as you know, for any MD, this is the most exciting time, isn't it? The point when it's not just about field studies, it's about actually getting out there and doing the work.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very lucky to be floating around between the current drill program, the drill program that's about to commence in Argentina. It's very exciting, and there's a lot of work that happens in the background to get to this point. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here right now. I
Right.
can't wait
And
to see the
also,
results.
and as the MD, you're responsible for a portfolio. And when we look at NewPeak, when we look at the holdings that it has on a value basis, what are your thoughts about it?
Look, we're sitting at a market cap, I believe, at about $8 million. We've got 2.5 million cash, 2.49 million cash at 31 December. And we've got those 4.4 million Lakes shares, which closed in the $1.32 range, I believe, yesterday. Putting all of that together, I think it screams value. I mean, we've got two projects that are one being drilled and one that will hopefully be drilled shortly. And these oil and gas shares through Lakes Blue Energy, any one of those three could be one of those three events could be a significant re-rate for NewPeak.
Right. And these drilling programs, they're fully funded, I assume, at this point, considering the 2.5 million of cash?
Correct. The Tansey one in Queensland is fully funded. We're pushing through that. We've certainly got the funds to do a drill program at Las Opeñas in San Juan as well. We're looking at the size of that and whether we do want to upscale effectively, whether that's a better choice for us. So there'll be some more work done on that front to really nail down exactly how large that drill program will be.
Right. Hey, Mark, we have to keep it short. In conclusion, if there was one point you'd want every investor or prospective investor to know about NewPeak Metals, what would that be?
Greg, we have 3 potential re-rate opportunities coming up for NewPeak in the next quarter or two. We have funding not only from our existing cash, but an opportunity to use our listed securities. And finally, we spoke about the value proposition earlier. I think it's a great time to invest in us.
Right. Mark, thanks. Exciting times ahead. Be well.
Thanks, Greg.